I think this is really the way Chinese MMA should go, in my opinion, instead of having Chinese Sanda fighters do jiu-jitsu. Like, it'd be great if they can do the catch wrestling where they're going to be learning the submission holds and the wrestling at the same time. Meng, really successful MMA fighter who also has a win over UFC champion Zhang Weili back in China when they fought. Just fought in one championship, and she used actually kind of some wrestling principles to counter a choke and also counter to her sloppy amateur wrestling knee over toe takedown. So it's going to kind of show those two things. Because I think this is really the way Chinese MMA should go, in my opinion. All right, so let's give one example here. Okay, so when Meng was getting choked here, right? So she still did great. She tucked her chin. She started pushing the elbow up, and she was able to get enough space, right, to start turning to her opponent. So she was able to come in here, right, and then get her opponent back onto her back, and that's great because you still got control, you still kind of kept the connection. So we're going to do it just real quick one more time. So you still kept the connection. Really, you can turn either way, right? It's kind of up to you, but she ended up just kind of like spinning towards them and trying to stay on top, which is fantastic. So you can get this up, make sure you're still breathing, you can start turning, and then you can go for it, right? Okay, so another example was when she did that sloppy knee over toe double leg. She was countered, so she got her back taken, right? So from here, right? So, right, but she did a really good thing here. She fell to one side, right? And then from here, she peeled off the top arm, right? And got 2-on-1 here, right? And then what she did from here was really wrestling. Now you're going to start finding it in some jiu-jitsu schools, but 2-on-1, get that over. Then you want to put it on this side of your head and kind of use your head to kind of get like the arm top. And then from here, you kind of end up kind of pinning them down, and then you can get, right? So you're just going to move your legs, and now all of a sudden you're back on top, right? You can stay in half guard if you want. You can try to ground and pound if you want, but this is the main thing that you want to be thinking about, right? So if they get their hooks in, go make them fall to one side. It's kind of like you're pinning the one hip, right? So it's going to make it harder for them to just get away. Well, quite often in jiu-jitsu, they're just going to be thinking about the choke. They think they're almost done, right? But if you can peel this down, get it over, right? This choking arm is no longer choking you, and they really can't do much here. So from here, you can step over, right? So you can kind of thread the needle, step over, all of a sudden you're on top, right? So they don't have your back anymore, you're on top. You can actually maybe even keep that down, maybe punch them in the face a few times before you let it go. Try to be on top, see if you can't use your wrestling ability to keep them down. I think in the fight, Meng would get on top, but they were both able to stand up again, so maybe that's kind of like the weakness of her wrestling. So see if we can't get her wrestling more. That'd be great to see her do very well in MMA with a Sanda wrestling combo.